Alright, HadesOmega here. I got a show and tell video here of this Emilia prize figure by Sega. It's Christmas Eve and I'm doing a video here, and I apologize if my voice sounds a little weird. I'm kind of under the weather right now, but we must do a video on Emilia-tan. Okay, so there's not too many figures of Amelia out there, surprisingly. I don't know. Who doesn't love Amelia? Come on. If you remember one of my previous videos, I have the Kotobukiya Amelia, and so this is a prize figure. I kind of ran into this at Hobby Fan, where I got this from was Hobby Fan Warehouse in San Leandro. There's a Hobby Fan has their warehouse there, and they had an open warehouse sale. So lo and behold, I go down there and I find Amelia there. She's actually pairs up with Rem, I think. There is a I think they'll show you what the Rem figure looks like, but yeah. So I got Amelia for $15. Not bad. That's how much I would expect for a prize figure to cost. I think it normally is like 20 or 25 bucks. And I didn't have to pay for shipping because I went to the warehouse and picked it up myself. So that's all good. But it was one of those like buy two get one for like $30. So that's what this blue dot means. But so let's start. So you know where I got her, and so I think I got a great deal on her. It was Amelia. There's not a lot of Amelia figures out there. I wish they would have more figures of the other cast members. You know, I even want a Subaru. How come there's no Subaru figures out there? You know. But yeah, so here's another figure of Amelia. I think other than like a Nendoroid, I think the Kotobukiya one is the only other figure that I know of that there's an Amelia figure for. So there she is. So let's go over the box real quick. It is manufactured by Sega, and it's they're part of the JAMA prize figure line. It's one of those figures that you would win in like one of those UFO catcher games in Japan, but we don't really have them here. So then it has it says ReZero, starting life in a different world or something, and some other Japanese wording here that I cannot read, but I will put a subtitle below what that means. So I think it's has something to do with the outfit she's wearing right now. So let's turn over to the and then there's a picture of the figure itself, and then a kind of closer picture of the figure in the background. Side, so it's a purpley flowery pattern background, and it says Emilia and EMT. If you guys don't know what EMT stands for, I looked it up right now, but if I remember the scene in the anime, I just didn't remember what it was. But it's Emilia Magi Tenchi is what it means. It means Emilia is an angel. Is what Subaru made that up. And we just call her Emilia-tan. Alright, so here's the back. The back has just a bunch of information, the name of the figure. I guess this is figure number 1, so I guess the Rem figure is number 2, maybe. Made in China. It has a Kadokawa holographic sticker here, so you know it's the real deal. And it has some instructions back here, and I guess her pigtails, they come off, or I mean they require assembly is what I'm saying. And then the side is the same, and I always like to look at the top and the bottom. Let's take a look at that there. It just says ReZero on the top, Re-Life in a different world from zero, and the bottom's just white. Okay, let's go open her up. So there is some tape on the sides here. It's gonna come out. Okay, so there's nothing in the box. It's just, I know it's just looks like the abyss in there, but it's just cardboard. Plus there's no mention of the Rem figure. There is a Rem figure that goes with this, because Rem and Amelia are such good friends. As she calls her, Emilia-sama. Okay, so there's more tape on the inside that's gonna come off on the little plastic holder dealie. There's 2 on that side. Oh, okay, that should be enough. I'm not particularly being careful with the box for the plastic because I'm probably just gonna chuck it anyway. So, all right. So here's what comes in the case: a pigtail, and another pigtail, and a figure. And then on the bottom, taped to this, is the base. Okay, got her out of the package. So we're gonna go stick her onto there. So there's 3 holes on the base. So it looks like it goes something like that. Just match up the holes. 2 of them go there, and then 2 on one foot and 1 on the other. Comes in with a nice little pop. Pretty good. Now we install the pigtails. I don't know which one. I don't think you can do it wrong. They're keyed a certain way. Yeah, one of them is like an L key, and one of them is like a kind of like a, I don't know. It's got like a. It's one of the Tetris pieces. It's like a T Tetris piece. So where do they go? Oh, okay, they go down here. So I actually got it backwards right now. Oh, they actually tell you there's an R right here. So that's the right pigtail. So just make sure you match the keys up properly, like so. Push it in as far as you can get it, without messing her up. And then this one goes like so. Okay. Alright. Okay, HadesOmega here. And there she is. So, let's do a 360 of her. I apologize for the lighting. This camera does some weird stuff sometimes. She's much whiter than she looks. She's like so white, actually. That's probably why the camera's freaking out. Let's go do her top half. Her midsection. Her legs. Let me zoom out a little bit. Yeah, I like to point out that the base is like a bunch of like kind of like flower. It's like a flower pattern, sorta. Pretty nice. It's purple. Purple and white. That's Amelia's colors. So there she is. So it's I got her for $15. I can't really nitpick too much. I'm not gonna lie. Like a the paint on her legs looks pretty good, but it's very what do I say? It's kind of like rough. It's kind of flat looking. But there is some shading on her legs. You can see around her knees here. See, the knees are a little darker than the rest of the leg. So that's very nice for a prize figure, especially. You can tell they took some. They took the time to paint her properly. You know, it's a little dirty. I see a little dirt here. Oh yeah, there's like a kind of something, a black, like a mark of some sort. It looks like some dust. Yeah, it's like some dust got on there when they were painting her or something, and it's stuck on there now. You can probably polish that out or something, but you know, that's okay. $15, I'm not complaining. There is So these Sega prize figures are kind of like a hit and miss type thing. Sometimes you might get a really good figure, sometimes you might not. You know, I don't know how they vary from figure to figure, but I know from like different figures, like sometimes you can get a pretty nice Sega prize figure. But anyway, this one has some pretty bad mold lines, pretty bad. Like look at the boot here, huge mold lines. Look at that right here, and then right here is not as bad, so it's not very consistent, you know. There is some shading on her boots. I would expect those boots to be shinier than that. The paint is just so flat. That's what I'm not liking about this figure. The painting on the laces is done very nicely. Yeah, so if it was my one complaint about this figure is that the paint is a little too flat. It doesn't look very, you know, glossy. For the legs, I don't know. The legs have a pretty bad mold line. This side looks okay. This side does not look okay. It's kind of hard to see in the light there. But yeah, if you look at it, there's a big mold line right here. See, yeah, it's noticeable mold line right there. That's pretty bad. Everything in her hair actually looks pretty good. Look at her. Take a look at her hair. The flower in her hair looks not too bad. I remember the Kotobukiya one. It was a little bit shaded. That doesn't look like it has any shading on it. And her dress actually looks pretty nice. And that's one thing I would think, you know, wouldn't be shiny, her dress. So there's a pretty bad mold line on her arm. Yeah, like all the skin parts, all the parts that you would think were smooth, you know, they got mold lines on them. Like, why? So, yeah, if you kind of look at her arm, shoulder there, you can make it out right here. There's a mold line there. Her face looks pretty nice. Yeah, not bad. I like her face. Kind of got that shy look on her face. She's got the little gem where Puck sleeps right here. It's got a little flower on her boobage. It's got a nice little ribbon here, nicely painted. Very nice. So I will definitely be keeping. Oh, look at that! The back of her, the top part of her dress has a cutout in the back, and you can actually see like kind of her spine a little bit. See, let's try to get her in some better light there. Yeah, you can definitely tell. Right here, you can kind of see her back. It's pretty nice, and then you can see part of the blue part of the dress right here, very frilly. And let's check her the head out. She's wearing like a little headband. Actually, you know what I noticed? There's not, well, okay, there kind of is, but it's really not, it's not noticeable. You know how most of the figures have like a really big mold line or something? It's, you know, where they assembled the head. It's hard to see. It's really hard to make out because there's a lot of stuff blocking it. So you see this flower here? And then, and like this little, the hair braid here, it kind of, you know, it kind of hides it a little bit, but it's right here. If you're looking for that mold line, it's right there. Yeah, oh, there you go. You can see it better on this side. See, oh, it's a big one too, right here. Like you could take the whole front of her hair off. And there's that little hair clip there. Oh, so I was just taking some pictures of her, and I did notice this. What's up with that, right? What's up with that, man? Like, yeah, that should not have been there. It looks like a marker or something. He touched it or something. It's like a piece of like green paint or something. So yeah, it's not really not the best attention to detail. I think that's the same color paint as like right here at the tip of her dress right there. So somebody must have not have painted that properly. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's probably another big, yeah. So there's a lot of problems with this figure, but for $15, like I said, I can't. So overall, you know, honestly for $15, I'm totally happy with her. She will definitely be in my collection. It's not, if you're looking for a really beautiful figure of Amelia, you know, it's probably not, this is not the one, but it's very nice. She's wearing a nice dress. There, like I said, there's not a lot of Amelia figures out there. There's a lot of Rem figures, so or Rem figures soon to be coming out. So yeah, for $15, I think that's a awesome deal. So I will get some better pictures of her up at the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. That is my show and tell for emilia-tan. Give her another little 360 there. Alright, here's what we got. Hope you've enjoyed. So yeah, I also wanted to point out that I've never seen Amelia wear this dress before. It's very nice. Amelia looks fabulous in anything she wears, I'll tell you that. But actually, I prefer her. My favorite clothes for her are like the usual ones she wears, the kind of the white and purple robe that she normally wears. But this is nice too. I like it. All right. Okay, so I was like looking on YouTube where Amelia EMT came from, and this is the scene that like he calls her EMT and why it is, and she's wearing that dress. She's wearing the dress that went from that scene. So that's exactly where it came from. So like I totally forgot she wore that dress, but yeah, this is that scene. Here it is.
もともと惚れてません。バカなんだから。
EMT。エミリアタンマジ天使の略。
感謝してるのにまたそうやって茶化す。
So there you go. That is the scene from where that came from. All right. And like I said, there is another Amelia. There's another a ReZero figure that goes with this. It's a one of Ram, and they didn't show it on the box, surprisingly. So it's another one with Ram, and I think she's wearing like a hat and a dress or something. It's actually a pretty nice one. I might pick that one up, but I don't remember what scene that was for too. It's been a while since I watched ReZero, so I am reading the novels right now, but I don't remember. All right. Okay, so let's go to my. I'm here at my display case right now, and what I should have done is I should have taken them to my booth and put them together. But I put them together, and I was like, oh wait a minute, let's check the scale out. But so this is a Kotobukiya 1/8 scale Amelia, and this is the Sega prize figure Amelia. And I have to say they're pretty close. This is a 1/8 scale. If I had to give this one, I know it's a non-scale figure, but I would have to say this one looks just slightly bigger than this one, just slightly. I'm sure if she was standing up, she'd be almost the same height. I would say this is like a 1/7 scale figure. It's the same size as this Nao Tamori figure here. But the Nao Tamori looks a little bigger, so I don't know. This is kind of like between a 1/6 and a 1/7 scale, I guess. I would say this is a 1/7 scale, and this is a 1/8 scale. So there you go. That is the scale difference. Like I said, it's a prize figure. It's a non-scale figure. They don't put a scale on it, but it looks like a 1/7 scale to me. It's a little bit bigger than this Amelia. All right, here we go.
Oh, please don't let me